So next we have Bishop Douglas Sparks, is that right?
That's right.
Northern Indiana?
I serve as the Bishop of Northern Indiana, yes.
Yeah, so tell us a little bit about Northern Indiana and why Missional Voices for you.
Well, the Diocese of Northern Indiana, the Episcopal Church in Northern Indiana, was established in the late 1800s. A decision was made in Indianapolis to divide the state into two dioceses. And so the diocese was initially called the Diocese of Michigan City, then it was changed in the early 1900s to the Diocese of Northern Indiana. And it spans the northern third of the state from the state of Illinois border, the Gary, East Chicago, Munster, Hammond area, all the way through the northern central part of the state, South Bend, Mishawaka, the home of the University of Notre Dame, and then to our east all the way to the Ohio border. The largest metropolitan area is Fort Wayne, which is in the eastern side of our diocese, and then we come as far south as Kokomo, which is about 2.5 hours south. So about 4 hours east-west, 2.5 hours north-south.
And so one question I've been asking a lot of the people that I've been talking to, what's your favorite, when you're driving as a bishop, you drive a lot.
I do.
What music do you always have on? Or what's your favorite go-to?
Well, I have a playlist. My kids blame me for teaching them all of the songs from the 50s, 60s, 70s.
Yeah.
And so I listen to sometimes oldies. I do a lot of prayer and also listening to radio, National Public Radio. Indiana has a good set of stations, so I listen. And then classic, sometimes especially coming home after a long day, I'll turn on a classical station just for some relaxing music. Yeah.
So
we also have a WVPE 81.1 also has a wonderful blues and jazz in the evening, and so I'll turn that on as well.
So a couple questions, these are related. What's your favorite aspect of the Episcopal Church?
My favorite aspect?
Your favorite thing about the Episcopal Church?
My favorite thing, I came to the Episcopal Church as an adult from another tradition, and one of the motivating reasons for that was the Church's clear sense that decision making, how we come to a decision about the way we're going to live, is shared among everyone. It's the sort of collective, collaborative decision making in our polity means that lay and ordained persons together make decisions rather than it being decided by an ordained person and then everyone else is just supposed to go along. So that's one of many reasons. Inclusivity of women in ordained ministry in all aspects of that was also an important thing for me.
And what's your least favorite?
Gosh.
You can be honest.
I don't, nothing least favorite comes to mind in terms of, someone said earlier, in one of the conversations, it takes time when you're really attentive to listening and making decisions. So, the reality of bringing a decision to the whole community can be enormously time-consuming and energy-consuming and spiritually and emotionally laborious. And so that does sometimes, at times I wish we could just hurry up and get this done, but it doesn't happen that way, not in our polities, So.
And what excites you about the church going forward?
So one of the reasons that Missional Voices, why I'm here, is that I had looked forward to opportunities in the earlier two gatherings, but I just couldn't, my schedule just didn't work it out. And then I was elected and came to serve here 2 years ago, and all of a sudden I saw Missional Voices just come into Indianapolis.
It's really close for you.
And so I made a commitment, and then our missioner for community engagement, Adrian Nyongabo, was asked to be part of this, and I thought, I'm going. And I'm excited because I think I'm hopeful as a person in the Episcopal Church that the clearer we can be about looking for innovative, creative, missional ways to move out and to be really proclaimers of the good news that's convicted us and made us who we are, that can be shared. I have reason for great hope for these kinds of initiatives.
So what has excited you now that we're wrapping up day 2 of Missional Voices, and we kind of have a little bit more tomorrow, but what's excited you that you've seen since you've been here?
I loved today. As I understand, the 3 sort of focal points are theological, contextual, and incarnational.
Yeah.
And to get a sense of the stories that people shared with us today, those vignettes and experiences were really wonderful, and the diverse perspective.
Yeah.
I mean, the presenters were from different cultures and different experiences, and that's exciting to me. I hope that's our future. I really hope and pray that's our future.
And where do you see this kind of mission evangelism that's kind of come out of the Episcopal Church in the last few years with Missional Voices, Evangelism Matters? All this stuff has really cropped up. Mm-hmm. Where do you see it going, particularly with General Convention coming up?
Well, my hope is that we can again begin to sort of call together the energy and direct the energy toward really living out that commitment to being proclaimers of the good news of Jesus, and looking for those opportunities in our neighborhoods. I tell this story. People say, well, we just can't grow. We're not growing in our congregations. And, we have congregations in our diocese. I had the privilege of being at St. Andrew in Kokomo for their catechumenal process and listened to their faith stories. And to every person who shared their faith story, included in that was, I'm here at St. Andrew because someone invited me. That's the reality. We need to be inviters of other people rather than just kind of being passive about, the people who need to be here know how to get or find us. So I believe churches can grow, and inviting people into that saving relationship with God and Christ is part of our responsibility, and that excites me. And this missional initiative is a part of that. I see it being inherently a part of that initiative.
Well, I appreciate you coming on today, and we will have more tomorrow with Missional Voices here at Christ Church Cathedral in Indianapolis tomorrow morning, beginning at 9 or 10. We'll have some more interviews lined up for you, so stay tuned. Thanks.
Thank you, Chris. Blessings, my friend.